officer. Anybody? You do? What does he do? What about him? Walking tall. Yeah, carrying a big stick. Sheriff. So we know him, right? So I'm going to introduce him today. He is in our town. He's 6'1". He wears a big smile, and he is a man with a plan and carries a big stick. No other than our own Mr. Mike Deaton.
What happens when you say, just say whatever you want to say. I don't have a big stick. First of all, I want to shout out to everybody. A big thank you for being here in our district today. We're thrilled that you're here with us and we get to spend a little time with you. Next, I'd like to, if you would, give a round of applause for our student leaders, our elementary and high school. Please stand up, guys. Please stand up, please. Thank you all. You did a great job. They're gonna get dismissed and go have some lunch themselves, so we'll let them slip out at this time. Also, want to mention Samuel Kessler that provided the music for us today. Samuel, we appreciate it, sir. And if you don't know, I think I have just about everybody here. My three principals, would you wave back there? Ricky Hunt, Alicia Rose, Heather Smith. My central office staff, guys, would you stick your hands up and wave so everybody can see who you are? I'm the other superintendent in the county. You've read about me in the paper in an opinion piece or two. And so rather than put a response in the paper, I just thought I'd make sure you understood, and not to insult your intelligence, that there's always other sides to stories. And sometimes some key pieces or facts are omitted from stories. And I'm sure it was a mistake, but we'll let that go because Carl and Rosa Leaton would not be proud of me if I fired something back into the paper. And we'll leave it at that. We're very excited about what's going on in our school system right now. We had a great year last year, both academically and with our extracurricular programs. We still do not participate in the non-instructional days, also known as cyber days. And contrary to what was written in the paper, I'd just like to point out to you that if we missed 50 school days this year, our testing window would not be any different as far as the number of days that we would have at the end of the school year after testing. If we missed 25 days, 10 days, 5 days, the state says that your test window will be 10 days from the last day of school. So everybody has the same number of instructional days after state testing, irregardless of how many days they miss. So I just want to make sure that that's also clear to you that there are 130 some districts that do not participate in that. It's just a belief here in the Council Independent System that our kids function better, perform better when they're in the classroom with the staff, and they get what's needed there, and we don't really feel like that we miss enough. I think the original intent was for schools that miss an inordinate number of days to have an opportunity for kids to stay in contact with their instruction. But I don't think that we miss enough that it's something that we at this time would be interested in looking at. So our kids get what they need. Our teachers do a great job of making sure that that occurs. And I just wanted to clear that up so that you understood where we come from on our end of it with our philosophy. And again, this past year, you notice our high school kids with their distinguished high school shirts on. We have a high progressive school district. Financially, this Just here at the beginning of 2016, we retired our major debt service, and so we're excited that we're in a position that we can do some things financially with the school district. One of those being this afternoon when we go have our groundbreaking ceremony at 1:15 for the renovation and addition at the Durham campus for the elementary school. Our enrollment is the highest it's been in more than a decade, and there are a lot of things going on. We hope that you would feel that way as members of this community and see the things that are going here, and we'll take some pride, irregardless of which side of the fence you're on, because I think it says a lot about our community that we have two districts and give two viable options for folks if they want their children in a smaller setting or in a larger setting. The environment at our elementary school is going to improve dramatically. The problem over there was that once we got into the work, as often happens if you're dealing with construction of older buildings, that one built in 1954, the front part of it, we have issues with the infrastructure, no firewall, sprinkler system, the HVAC, and so that drove up the cost of that somewhat, so we're going to have to go in and do quite a bit of work that you won't necessarily see on the outside, but will greatly enhance what goes on the inside. And so that part of the two phases took a little more money than what we had originally thought it might. So what that's done is created a shortfall for us here with our middle school project. And the things that we want to do here, after we do the addition over there and move our 4th and 5th grade across town, then we have 6th, 7th, and 8th will be right here. And that's an issue that we've got right now. I've made several trips to Frankfurt trying to secure additional funding, and lo and behold, our governor comes in and wants to take everything away from everybody, and we're in a tough spot right now, and we kind of need some help. If you can contact your local representative or your local senator, both of whom just happen to live nearby, and let them know the Council of Independent needs some help. Our kids at the middle school need a modernized, improved learning environment so that they have the same opportunities as any other school system, and they're already doing well, and they can do better if we can get these things done. Our kids are competitive. They want to have the opportunity to compete against folks on a level playing field. And we're trying, and we need your help. And I know that you don't want to create in this community a have and a have-not, and that you'll help us in any way you can and try to get with our legislators and see if we can't come up with some of the money. Heck, if we can budget $23 million for the Wildcat Lodge that's 4 years old for the UK basketball team, surely to goodness we can find some money for a building over here that was built in 1936. If you do the math, that's 80 years old. We could use a little help. And hopefully that would mean that we would be even more competitive. Our kids would be even more ready to go out into the world. I think that as of today, you've got a lot of the accomplishments there on that page, and I won't go over that. But as far as having college and career-ready kids, we received an award this past year for improving ours over 50%. We've made another improvement, and I think that we are above 90% of our students are college and career ready, and the goal is that by the end of this year, every child that walks out of here with a diploma will be college and career ready. And so we're very, very proud of that number. It's not everybody can attain that, and with a smaller school, being able to afford students the different career pathways and working hard to make sure that we can find something that will fit what their interest is, put them out here with a diploma and being prepared to go into our workforce or go to college, all that can only come back to help our community here. So again, please work with us. The reason I bring this up is because I'm just going to be truthful with you. You can be truthful and people appreciate it, unless you start to be truthful with them, then they think you're a jerk or something. When you do that, or worse, we do not have a building here or a building there chock full of doctors, lawyers, legislators, children. We're not real affluent. We need a voice. We need that voice to come from you to help us out in our endeavor here. And like I say, our kids will compete. I mean, they've shown that for a small district, they will compete on the football field and do well, very competitive. They'll compete in the classroom. We've not been as fortunate in basketball, but maybe we'll get lucky next year and have a few really good players just show up on our doorstep and we'll get better. And this group will make you proud to say that they come from our community. So please help us out in that endeavor. And again, DAMS is john.carney@lrc.ky.gov, max.wise@lrc.ky.gov. I hope you had a chance to look at the renditions up here of what's getting ready to take place over on the Durham campus. It's going to be hectic for a while. Our construction manager has put down, to say the least, a very aggressive timeline. He's chuckling back there. He didn't do it. His boss man did it. So it's, 16 months? 16 months or so, or less, 10, 12. We're going to have to do all of our lunches over here in this lunchroom and pack them over there next year during the year. And I'm sure that the first semester we'll probably hear about sack lunches too. We're sitting here about it, and I know we will. But that's just the world we're going to live in. But I tell them to keep the end in mind here. That we're going to have something much better than they've ever had before at both places if we can get the funding. Because one of the first things we're going to do here is expand the size of the cafeteria that we have right now and do some things with HVAC, yada, 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 all this. So I'm just throwing out a plea, I guess it is. I could get down, but I moved Judy's podium up here that she stands on to plead with you, beg you, to ask you to help us out so that we can say that we've got two really high-flying school districts in this community. And for a community this size, I think it'd be a wonderful testament to everyone in here to be able to say that. And I'm just proud to be able to say that I'm part of what goes on here. And as I'm nearing the end of my career, it's good to see the things that are going on here and the focus that our district has day in, day out on making sure that the children who walk out of this district walk out here with all the tools that they need to be successful. Thanks again for having us. If you can make it up to the elementary school at 1:15 for the groundbreaking, we'd love to have you. We'll keep our fingers crossed that the rain will hold off. And thanks for your time, and thanks for your consideration, and for any effort that you can give us in trying to secure some additional money from our legislators. Thanks.
Thank you for your remarks. Okay, that's who I walk the talk. You don't have to speak. Thank you for your remarks and your comment, all the information that you shared with us. I know it was worthwhile for us and our community. And now we're going to have a young lady to come and speak with us to share how this administration has gotten her to the level that she is. None other than Katie Level. Katie, yes, Level. Katie Level.
First asked to speak here today, I had a moment of doubt. I would make that several months. Why would they ask me to write a speech? Why would my principal choose a socially awkward, smart-mouthed teenager to speak at such an outside setting? See, being a writer means that every opportunity that is presented to me is a one-way road to overthinking. However, after I spent the day turning these questions over and over in my head, the realization hit me. Who better to speak about their experience at the Campbellsville Independent School System than a high school student? I'm a firm believer in going to the source for information, and high school has taught me anything, it's that you don't listen to the grapevine. So I guess that's why I'm here today, to eliminate the middleman and give you guys insight into what you've created. I remember crying almost constantly for the entire first week of kindergarten. This would be the first time I was away from my mother for more than 15 minutes. I remember my cousin walking down And I remember thinking she was probably the coolest person I ever met. So old and wise and mature. Looking back, she was a freshman. It wasn't until I reached my freshman year that I realized everything was exactly the same as middle school. I didn't magically become a cooler or better person the summer between my 8th grade year and becoming of age that was my first year in high school. However, in the time between that fateful first day and today, March 10, 2016, I have grown more than I've ever imagined, and I attribute a vast majority of that growth to the Campbellsville school system. The thing about Campbellsville is that it's a small school, a close-knit community of students and mentors, and while that doesn't do much good for my ego, considering just about everyone here knows my name, it's done wonders for my level of acceptance. Being in a small school system means that there's less room for clustered diversity, meaning there aren't a lot of cliques full of just jocks or just geeks. There are just a lot of patchwork people who fit in just about anywhere. And because of this, I have managed to not only fit in anywhere, but find my perfect fit. I have met a wonderful, supportive, and amazing group of people at Campbellsville, both other students and teachers who so obviously care about their students. I've grown intellectually, emotionally, and mentally, and I attribute all of it to the friendship and guidance I have received here. However, my close friends are not the only thing I've gained here that I'm proud of. I have also gained a sense of immeasurable pride for my school. Whether it's attending football games and cheering so loud on course in the morning, or swelling with pride for my fellow students they achieve high scores on the ACT, thinking about the things we've accomplished in my years at Campbellsville High School honestly makes my heart skip a beat. The banner hanging outside that declares us a distinguished school is a constant reminder of our achievements. Furthermore, I am so honored to be given the opportunity to speak to the people who have helped make all of these accomplishments possible. And the teachers keep caring, the school stays connected, and things keep going the way they are. Campbellsville Independent School System has the power to change lives and produce many more young people who are proud of their roots. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we have Judy.
I want to thank everybody for coming out today, and excuse me, thank Lois for all her hard work and her staff for getting this wonderful meal. Give them a round of applause. And I know Pringle and Becca thank you over there worked very, very hard to make this look like it does, and it's beautiful. We thank you. And the students, they did a wonderful job with us keeping you in comments. Especially those little ones that shook your hand and asked you what your name was coming in. That was just too much. So we are very proud of our school system, Mr. D. Board. And we want to thank you all for hosting us again today. So before we leave, we're going to have our door prizes, and then we'll all meet again up at the groundbreaking.